Hey beautiful souls, David Essery here. I wanted to share a video today so that I can read you the message that I've received for the energy of the month of July. Now, as many of you will know by now, this is something I do as part of my email newsletter at the beginning of every month. Once again, I'm a little bit late this month. It's the 7th already, but I still wanted to do it, and I always think that, it's a really useful thing to see how we can get ourselves in alignment with the energy of the coming month. How can we best be in flow and prepare ourselves for what is to come? This time I'm very pleased to say that Merlin has stepped forward with a message for us. Let's see what you had to say, shall we? Greetings and salutations, my beloved friends. It is I, Merlin, graciously accepting your invitation to share tidings for the month of July. An excitement fills the air as preparations are underway for that most auspicious event, the Lion's Gate portal. A torrent of positive energy flows directly from the solstice, creating forward motion to crescendo at the incoming gateway. A new chapter has begun for the beloved Earth and all her children. This month brings the first glimpse of what is to come as the great inner sun prepares for expansion. One that will spread to all the children of Earth, reigniting a spark within that shall mark the beginning of the journey back home to all those who still slumber. This is to be a most joyous event, but one that is still ahead. For now, my guidance is to take time within. Give yourself the time and space that is required to integrate the transition of late. Do not underestimate the internal process that is at hand, just because it is not visible to the eye. You are undergoing great change. This takes time and energy. Allow yourself both, and you shall find it alleviates some of that internal pressure. It shall prepare you for the gateway ahead, and open you all to the blessings it is to offer. Love thyself as you would love any other. This is my guidance to you. Yours in great anticipation, Merlin. Thank you, Merlin, as always, for sharing your wisdom with us. So, yes, of course, July is always the preparation month for the Lion's Gate. It's a pretty intense period, really. Every year, once we hit May, we instantly end up in that kind of preparation time for the June solstice, which, of course, was absolutely amazing this year. And then we get a few days respite sometimes, and then things kick straight up again as we move in towards the Lion's Gate. July is the kind of a preparation month for the Lion's Gate, which again is always just the most incredible time of the year. And it always feels almost like we start something at the solstice in June that then completes in the Lion's Gate. In fact, he hinted to this himself. He says, a torrent of positive energy flows directly from the solstice, creating forward motion to crescendo at the incoming gateway. Gateway obviously being the Lion's Gate. And there's some interesting stuff coming through for this Lion's Gate, which he kind of hints to in the next paragraph. I actually have quite a bit more information about this to share. I've received another message which I would like to share with you probably later this week. I won't do it in this video, but I'll share another video later in the week, but actually planning a workshop around it, and the message is on the page of my website for that workshop. So I'll include the link for the workshop down below. If you want to check that out, you can read the message there, or as I say, just stay tuned for a video in the next few days. I'm just going to read what he said again. He said, a new chapter has begun for the beloved Earth and all her children. This month brings the first glimpse of what is to come as the great inner sun prepares for expansion, one that will spread to all the children of Earth, reigniting a spark within that shall mark the beginning of the journey back home to all those who still slumber. So, the spoiler alert for the message I'll share in a couple of days. Basically what's happening with the Lion's Gate, and it's actually starting, the workshop that I'm planning is for July the 25th, because there's some work needs to be done 2 weeks before the Lion's Gate. and that workshop's called Activating the Light Core. And what we're being asked to do is, some of you may remember, Tim Wilde and I did a workshop for the Lionsgate in 2022 where the Lemurians returned. It was a really, really exciting event, and we were taken by Commander Adama into the city of Telos, which is the Lemurian city in the center of Hollow Earth, where the Lemurians had basically they'd gone into like a hibernation essentially since they completed their work at the end of their time here on Earth, and they laid a lot of groundwork in preparation for the Atlanteans and for us now, and then kind of went into this hibernation, and they returned in 2022. And they did quite a lot of work when they did. And then went quiet again. I've tried checking in a few times since, but I haven't really had much information from them. But they are back again. And what he refers to in this message here, the great inner sun, is the agarthan sun. If you did that workshop, you may remember that there was this big, beautiful sun that sat directly above the massive pyramid in the center of the city of Telos. And we did some activation work there. We linked it to the Earth Macabre that was around planet Earth at that time, which was there to clear away the storm layer. And Lionsgate, if you look back over the last few years, and I touched on this a little bit at the beginning of the solstice workshop that I did, there's been the most incredible journey the last few years, the things that have been taking place on the solstice and on the Lionsgate around this planet. And it sounds like science fiction when you speak it out loud, but these are the things that are literally happening around the energetic space of Earth right now. It's truly incredible. But there is to be an expansion within the agarthan sun, which is to not only kind of increase the vibration of planet Earth yet again, it's going to send a spark of light to every single incarnate of Earth, reactivating the heart. And Merlin said here at the end, reigniting a spark within that shall mark the beginning of the journey back home to all those who still slumber. And this is what Melchizedek was referring to. If you remember my messages that I was sharing just before the solstice, he said that an event that was going to come, that I can't remember his exact words, but basically that the people would find hard to deny. It was going to be something that would kind of shake them awake. And Merlin is saying, this is very much linked to that this is going to be something that is going to begin their journey, as he says, back home, their journey back home to all those who still slumber. So some amazing things that happen there. The Lemurians are stepping forward. We're going to be reigniting this agarthan sun in preparation for the Lionsgate, where this massive spark will be sent out to all of the people. So as I say, I'm running a workshop around that on October 25th, if you want to check out the details down below, and there is a more in-depth message there as well. He goes on to say this is going to be a most joyous event, but one that is still ahead. Obviously, this is the message for July. He's just outlining that's not quite yet. That is to be next month. But he says, for now, my guidance is to take time within. Gift yourself the time and space it is required to integrate the transition of light. Of course, referring to what we've just been through with the solstice. He says, do not underestimate the internal processes that is at hand. Just because it is not visible to the eye, you are undergoing great change. This takes time and energy. Allow yourself both, and you shall find it alleviates some of that internal pressure. Now, of course, if you joined me earlier in the week for the Remapping the Light Bridge workshop, we did a lot of work there to fast track that integration. And in fact, I believe today is the third day of the integration from the workshop, and Merlin said it would be 3 days until we felt sort of in sync with that. But even if you didn't do that workshop, you are still undergoing this transition. It's just a fact of being on planet Earth at the moment because of the incredible frequency jump that we took at the solstice, this stepping into the 6th dimension. All of our bodies and fields are realigning in order to handle the quantity of light that we're currently receiving. Merlin had an amazing analogy for it, actually, that he said during the workshop. He said, imagine a city where the amount of traffic quadrupled overnight. that's essentially what is happening with the U at the moment. If you think of the amount of traffic, the amount of cars on the road, as the light, the energy that's coming in, and the roads being the energetic pathways in your system, they are kind of overloaded with the incredible amount of energy that are coming in at the moment, and we're essentially having to rebuild the roads, remap the system to allow the light to flow, and that takes time, and as he says, time and energy. And that was what we did in that workshop, was to fast track that process. So, but whether you did the workshop or not, this integration is ongoing, and Merlin's advice is just to take the time to allow that to happen. Even though you can't see that this is happening, it is an internal process and it is ongoing. Essentially, just be gentle to yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. Do things that lift you up, that bring you joy, that make you feel good. And he says, by doing this, it shall prepare you for the gateway ahead and open you all to all the blessings that is to offer. Bringing ourselves back to a state of flow with the energies that are incoming before we hit that next wave that's always just around the corner. He ends it with, love thyself as you would love any other. This is my guidance to you. And that's such true wisdom, So many of us, we would go to the end of the earth to help those around us. A lot of the time, whether they're strangers or not, we do what we can to help the people. We show love, we show compassion, but yet when it comes to us, we so rarely share that same level. And, recognizing that distinction, the difference in how we treat others and how we treat ourselves, and trying to show ourselves that same love and compassion is the greatest gift that we can give. So there we go. That is Merlin's message for the month of July. I really hope you enjoyed that, and I really hope that helps you flow through the month as we move ahead. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. I share updates like this for the energy of the month all the time, plus lots of other channel messages about things that are going on with the ongoing ascension process and our own energetic state, plus lots of meditations and stuff like that. We'd love to have you as a part of our small community. Thank you so much for watching. Sending you lots of love. Bye-bye.